Happy New Year, Fairy Tail fans! We are back with another chapter of Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest for the start of the brand new year. And we got another fun chapter to look at today with Motherglare facing off against Fairy Tail Team A plus Loxus and Lefsaria, all while Natsu is still taking on Ignia and Faris as well. So we've got some back-to-back stuff, and if things go well this year, this might be a very good action-packed year, but temper expectations. Either way, I'm still going to have a lot of fun with this, and I'll keep bringing you these chapter reviews every time they drop. Before we jump into this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for updates on future videos. Really helps, and it shows you guys enjoy the content I make here on the channel, and shows you want to see more. Also, don't forget to hype the video as well. It helps boost it in the algorithm, and shows this video to more people. So I would really appreciate it if you hit the hype button. You get 3 every week, so maybe try that for this video if anything. But with all that out of the way, let's just jump right into chapter 202 of 100 Years Quest, titled, All the Days We Lived. And the coverage is actually pretty wholesome and cute, with Erza and Jalal going clothes shopping for Erza as Erza's looking for new dresses. Mashima keeps teasing his audience and fans with the relationships of these characters, in these cover images especially, with Erza and Jalal now getting a lot more of these more coupley date-like images to probably showcase what they'll end up doing once the series completely ends and they end up really being together. But the man just can't help but troll his audience, being like, hey, you want to see these guys end up in an actual relationship? You gotta wait a bit longer. Meanwhile, here's an image. It's his MO. I shouldn't be surprised or really react much to it, but it gets me every time, and this is a very nice and awesome image. But now, on to the chapter. As Motherglare is staring down Team A, as they're all staring up at her. She then crosses her arms and unleashes a barrage of dragon eggs, of her little mini children. They crash into the ground and instantly hatch, as everybody recognizes these as the dragon minion creatures from the Grand Magic games. So, a nice homage once more to the Grand Magic games, and this does seem to be at least Motherglare's main ability, spawning a bunch of dragon minion type things, or dragonoots or something like that. So, these mini dragons charge Team A, as Motherglare unimpressively looks down at them, saying that she is the mother of dragons. Not in the literal terms, but the fact that she is the mother dragon that literally gives birth to these mini dragon beings, so yeah, whatever. But Loxus ain't having none of these scrubs, as he uses a lightning attack to instantly obliterate a good chunk of them, with Gray, Erza, Lucy, and Wendy also wiping out a good chunk of them, with Lucy even switching to the Sagittarius form. Gray apologizes to Motherglare, saying that they've changed since the Grand Magic Games, and they walked and ran and grew until they made it their way here, with Loxus saying, we were such weaklings back in the past, as Wendy stares up at Motherglare, wondering what's going on, as she, interestingly enough, doesn't sense any magic from her, all while Carla is trying to get her to focus again. But here's the thing, when Wendy of all people says something about sensing magic, or in this case not sensing any, that is definitely a concern, because if her creating these dragon egg minions is not her own innate magical ability, that means it's just a natural thing for her to do and create these things, meaning that she still has magic power and attacks that she has not shown them. Which does add a bit more variety to dragons, especially depending on the type of dragon they are, because we would normally assume that they would have magic based off of the type of magic they have, but for all we know, it could just be a natural manipulation of things that has nothing to do with magic, depending on the dragon. And that seems to be the case with Motherglare, so I'm curious to see where this is going to lead into. Cutting back to the fight against these scrubs, essentially, Lucy tells Lefsaria to get back, but he said people used to call him a great wizard as well. And he says now he's going to show them the power of a law dragon, as he begins to transform into his dragon form. Happy and Misfortune get close, kind of, shocked by Lefsaria's transformation, with Carla obviously again being jealous of Happy and Misfortune. But in a double-page spread, we see a massive panel of Lefsaria demolishing a big group of these dragon things. As this shocks everybody, as they kind of forgot that he can do this, they're like, wait, this guy really couldn't beat the 5 dragon gods on his own? with Loxa saying, yes, they're old guys who like to show off everywhere, with even Motherglare being impressed. Now, remember, technically, Eleftheria did beat a dragon god, being Doggermog, but it did cost him his heart, and it was a very close fight. Plus, Doggermog was the weakest of the dragon gods, and this was centuries ago. So, Doggermog probably wasn't as strong as he was when he fought Natsu, or maybe that is how strong he was, but Eleftheria couldn't do anything because he was significantly weaker after their first fight centuries ago. Either way, it's nice to see Eleftheria getting into the fight, because the man is a dragon slayer and a dragon transformation he has, so him not taking part in any of the action would kind of be a pain, so I'm glad he's trying to pull his weight. Now, Motherglare, obviously getting a little chuckle out of this, finding this a bit more amusing, definitely sees, oh, this is a dragon slayer and he can turn into a dragon too. This might be fun. Now, she might not know he's a dragon slayer, she might think that he's just a dragon that took the form of a human, but it would be interesting if she found out that the same thing happened to him that happened to Acnologia. I would wonder what her reaction would be since she has faced Acnologia or seen Acnologia's destruction in the past. But Motherglare then begins to unleash another barrage of her dragon eggs, with Carla and Wendy just concerned over this, but Wendy's saying they're weak, there won't be much of a problem. But Erza comes in clutch and instantly slashes through and destroys all the dragon eggs before they hatch, as she runs up to try and slash at Motherglare, as she blocks Erza's sword very easily with her dragon tail. And now this could easily be like a artistic error, but Erza does not have the Dragon Slayer enchantment on her based off of the fairy tale mark on her arm, so she's not going to do any actual dragon damage right now. But even still, Erza goes up to try and cut Motherglare in her human form, but she blocks her very easily with her tail. Erza tries to get under the tail and slashes her again, but Motherglare keeps easily blocking all of her attacks with her tail without moving an inch or even using her hands. With Motherglare being a little interested, and also Erza saying, oh, you're a mother, huh? Obviously probably going to drop some comparisons to Irene at some point in the future chapters, but this is where we leave the fight with Motherglare for now. So, seemingly, a good chunk of the group is probably going to deal with the minions, and it seems that Erza's going to fight Motherglare. Personally, again, like I said last chapter, I would prefer Loxus fighter due to the fact that he's the one that's the freshest out of everybody in the group. He wasn't, had his power drained or he wasn't chained up by the Universe Omega spell. He didn't have a couple back-to-back fights previously. So he's still fresh and ready to go. So I feel like he would be the best person to fight Motherglare, plus he's a natural dragon slayer, and he's probably stronger after his fight with Kyria, 100 chapters ago. Now I think about it, it's almost been a full 100 chapters since Loxus had that fight against Kyria and beat him. But I'd rather Loxus fight, and I kind of want Fairy Tail Team A to take a bit of a backseat for a little bit, or at least focus on the minions so they can have Loxus do a bit more. That, and we got 4 more Calamity Bloods out there, and they're probably across the continent, so who knows what they're up to. So, Fairy Tail Team A, the rest of them could just take on these dragons if they really need to, with other characters helping them, because I would prefer this being like a group thing with maybe only Loxus having a solo fight, because Loxus fights are always going to be good. But yeah, that's it for the clash with Motherglare, as we cut back to the 3-way battle between Natsu, Ignia, and Faris. Natsu gets up, staring down the two of them, with Ignia and Faris taking this a lot more seriously, taking another look at his fire and his power, with Ignia finally asking what's the power Natsu has. And Natsu lunges forward with a tackle saying it's Dad's power, which shocks Ignia and Faris. Natsu headbutts Ignia and pushes him towards Faris, knocking the two of them together with a massive punch and unleashing a giant fire explosion, knocking the both of them back. With Natsu, with smoke coming out of his mouth and what looks like lightning of fire coming out from his eye, is saying, come on, as he is really into this fight, even more so now. And this is probably another really good Natsu panel, as Ignia is like, oh, Dad's power, right? With Faris also smiling, saying that power won't last long. Now, I don't know if this means this is a temporary power boost altogether. I hope not. I really do hope not. Or she's just referring to just Natsu's overall stamina having to fight the two of them. Or maybe she'll use a bit of Acnologia's power to try and absorb and eat, to an extent, Natsu's new power, for all we know. I got no idea. But either way, that is the end of the chapter. So the fight with Motherglare gets started. She's able to seemingly spawn these mini dragon things without using magic, so that seems to be a natural ability that she has that doesn't require magic. And so Team A is focusing on taking out the minions, and it seems like Erza might, at least for now, fight off against Motherglare for the time being, while the other Calamity Bloods are off doing their own thing. And we're seemingly still going to cut back and forth between Natsu, Faris, and Ignia, as this fight doesn't seem like it's going to be entering its final stages anytime soon. So I am very much excited for the future of this story, and I really, really do hope that Mashima delivers with this next section of the story. Because outside of a few moments, the Fire and Flame Guild and the Demons of Faris were more or less let down, save for a couple of fights here and there, with some decent to nice character moments. But overall, those group fights ended up being kind of disappointing and kind of let down. So I do hope, with my last shred of hope for the Calamity Blood, since they are important dragons that we have seen before, that our cast had never beaten way earlier on in the main manga, they need good fights. We need characters that can conflict with them and make it very interesting. At least for Natsu's fight right now, I have full confidence it's going to last a couple more chapters. Obviously, it'll be in the background with us getting a few flashes back to it here and there, and then a few chapters focusing primarily on it. But for now, that's going to be a bit something that we're going to cut back to between other fights, and we still have other Calamity Bloods to look forward to in terms of fights. So here's hoping that things work out for this year, because I do really, really hope that this section of the story not only concludes this arc, or at least gets close to the end of this arc, but gives us some satisfying payoffs for all the characters and everything going on right now. But you guys let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this chapter, the fights, what's going on with Motherglare. Do you really think Erza's going to be the one to fight her one-on-one while the others focus on their minions? Or do you think Loxus or somebody else is going to tag in to fight her, since Erza is still not at 100%? And how long do you think the Natsu fight is going to be, and where do you think the rest of the Calamity Bloods are going to end up being with who they're going to fight? Let me know. And once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for updates on future videos. Really helps, and it shows you guys enjoy the content I make here on the channel and shows you want to see more. And once more, hype up the video to help boost it in the algorithm to show it to even more people. And with all that said and done, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have an awesome day.